How are you, everybody who's watching this fantastic video? I'm very happy to have you today. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you into this fantastic online school. My name is Sir and Engineer Olenjolai Mokotayelo Singo. Just simply call me Sir Olenjolai or Teacher Olenjolai or just Engineer Olenjolai. All of those names are just the right names for me. I'm from Tanzania. I'm a Tanzanian, and I'm conducting these programs to benefit, first of all the Tanzanians and even international students who are watching these programs or anywhere in the world at any time. So I would like to take this opportunity, firstly, to welcome you into one of our online schools that called the Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. So because I'm teaching you basic mathematics, I would like to take this opportunity also to welcome you into one of our official platforms where we are sharing these contents to benefit present and future generations of the ordinary secondary education students. And this is our official YouTube channel called Tanzania Online O-Level Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. Well, so in this, what are we doing in online ordinary in Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai? That's a good question. Well, we are here in order to teach and train it means that creative students who will be ready to extract knowledge, understanding, and wisdom from the basic mathematics and science subjects and combine it with the knowledge, understanding, and the wisdom that we are going to teach them to extract it from the Holy Word or the Word of God that written in the Holy Bible in order to solve real-life problems. We know we have different scales of real-life problems. We have a small-scale real-life problems, we have large-scale real-life problems, we have medium-scale real-life problems, we have extraordinary real-life, it means the extraordinary large-scale real-life problems. So for ordinary secondary education students, we'll be mentoring them and teach them to think differently on how they can solve small real-life problems in their community, in their wards, in their villages, in different places, wherever there's a problem, because that's the theme and that's the main objective of education. We are not going to school in order to get certificates. We are going to school to seek for the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. And that's not enough. We have to take what we have learned in our mind and convey it to become solutions of the particular problems in the community, in the country, in the regions. So remember that I'm going to use the syllabus of United Republic of Tanzania. For instance, that in basic mathematics, I'm going to use a syllabus called the basic mathematics syllabus for secondary education, Form 1 to Form 4, that this is a syllabus prepared for every secondary students in Tanzania. You should have this book, or you can have a copy of it. You should have beside it whenever I'm teaching you and whenever you are learning any concepts about basic mathematics, Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4, I recommend this book to be beside you. So what the means of beside is that you are learning basic mathematics, but this book is beside you. You have to check what does it contain, because it gives boundaries and it also gives teachers and students what they have to cover in a particular class or in a particular Form 1, maybe in particular time. Particular class at a particular time. So what you have to cover and what the arrangement of the concept, because mathematics is a systematic subject. So you have to make sure that you learn it in a consecutive way and even in systematic way in order to simplify your life. So that's what we are doing. Mainly we are teaching and training students on how they can extract knowledge, wisdom, understanding from the classroom instruction in science and mathematics, and combine with authority, knowledge, with understanding and wisdom that will be extracted from the Holy Bible, and combine these two knowledge to solve real-life problems. I know that it might seem like complex since what I'm telling you, but myself, Sir Olenjolai, I'm a product of what I'm telling you. I'm a product of those 4 areas of focus. So what I'm teaching and what I'm training you and what I'm doing, actually I live it myself for the rest of my life, because for me, teaching is a gift that God has given me. So wonderfully enough, I would like to ask you to join me and to go consecutively, and I'd like to ask you to be serious in this program in order for you to benefit from it. So I'd like to spend a few minutes before we start our session just to let you know that about registration. Okay, so what if you want to register yourself? Registration to to also. So to also, it's abbreviations of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. What if you want to register yourself? Because whenever you go any physical school, whether boarding school or day school, whether international schools or normal school, right? The first thing that you do on the first day is registrations. And every time you have to register yourself because you have to be sure that you are back from the vacations or from the holiday. In Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket, because this is the digital technology, it's the pure digital technology. We don't have any physical online secondary school, ordinary secondary school. So we like to ask our students and we like to give them the simplest way for them to register for their year lifetime. So if you have an access, if you have 40 students right now who is watching this program, you're warmly welcome. If you register yourself once, then it's done. So you don't need to register yourself several times. So the procedures, the first thing you have to create an email, okay? Create an email. So it can be either Yahoo or Gmail, okay? Yahoo or Gmail, okay? Create or open a new email if you don't have any, okay? If you have one or two, you can skip the first step, you go to the second step, and the second step, you have to sign in in YouTube by using what? By using your email, okay? Then the third step, we ask you to search Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai in YouTube. So search this one in YouTube, okay? So YouTube. So what should you search? You have to search it. Just write this name, Tanzania Online or Level Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. Wonderful. So once you are there, just get in, click in, and then you're already in school. So when you're in school, you have to make sure that the first thing the fourth step that you have to do, we ask you that to click the buttons which have been written in this style. So the buttons which have been written is subscribe. Once you click these buttons, then this text will change and become subscribed, and the color of the background will also change. And soon the bell will appear. You have to click, and then you have options of all. Then the first step. So once you have subscribed, again now you can have an access. We like to tell you that because we know you like to share these contents. These contents are accessible at anywhere at any time. So you have to click the icon you can share. So you can share this link in through WhatsApp, through Instagram, through Twitter, through Telegram, and even through your email, etc., with other students across the country or even other international students who are not living in our beautiful country of Tanzania. So when you do those 5 steps, then it's done. Why should you subscribe? That's a very good question. Okay, the aim for you to subscribe is we are going to upload more than 400, more than 500 videos of ordinary secondary education in different subjects. So because we are going to do that, we want you to be informed whenever we add a new video. And according to the system we are using right now, it means that we are going to add at least 1 video in a day. So whenever we add any video in our channel, then you'll be the first one to be given notifications at any time whenever you are online. So that's very important. Again, we have several departments in our online school that's called Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. And in this school, we have departments, as I said. One of the departments is called Basic Mathematics, where we are teaching 4 subjects: Basic Mathematics Form 1, Basic Mathematics Form 2, Basic Mathematics Form 3, and Basic Mathematics Form 4. So we are in Basic Mathematics today for the class or for the pre-form 5, for pre-form 3 or Form 3 students, or class 40, just difficulty grade 11. Okay, and we are in chapter 1 because we have to cover 8, we have to teach you 8 chapters or 8 topics. And the first one is called relation, and we are in session 6, so graphs of inequality relation, and we are going to solve problems in exercise 1.2. So if you've missed some other session, or you have missed the previous session, then don't be discouraged. You can access them in our YouTube channel, and then you can access all the 60 previous sessions from session 00 to general introductions of basic mathematics from 3. Just session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4, session 5. You can access them and go through them before you take or before you learn the contents of session 60 for you to understand the entire concept. So right now, let us go into the business. So before we take you into what we prepared today, because we have good news and we'd like to take you from one point to another point in basic mathematics. So let us do the quick review of session what? Of session 5. So in session 5, basically, we've been teaching you about graphs of what? Graphs of relation. And if you do remember that we said whenever we've been given a relation in this form, that in question form, x, y, and then we say that maybe we have x plus 2 is equal to what? Is equal to y, and then what we say. So we have first of all to make sure that we draw table 40, table values. Table values, we choose the x values, and then we use the x values in order to find the y values. Okay. Again, we can sketch it, then we can use that table value to sketch it to sketch the graph. That's what we taught you. But at the end of session 5, we taught you about graphing or graphs of 40, graphs of inequality. Okay? Graphs of inequality relation, not inequality function. Graphs of inequality relation. And just to remind you, we told you that graphing inequality depends on the sign of the inequality that's been used. We said, because we are going to have shading, we said if we are using less than or greater than, then here we use what we say that you have to use what dotted line. Okay, so this is called dotted line. Okay, and then if in the given inequality we have been given less than or equal or greater than or equal, then we have to use what? A full line. So this is called what? A full line. That's what we taught you. This is in case of drawing a line. And then we told you that according to the laws and rules of mathematics, of basic mathematics, in case now we have this line. So we have our, we talked about shading system. Okay? Shading what? Shading system. So in shading system, we told you that in shading system, we say we always shadow it. So this is vice versa of how we shade the inequalities in linear programming. So we shadow it, the required region. While in programming, we shade the required region. So what do we mean? For example, if you have this symbol greater than or equal, then we shadow it. We say that shadow it, shade above the line. Shade above the line. And hence we say that if you have less than or equal, right? Then for this case, if you have less than, we have to shade it. We have to shade below the line. So what does it mean? So you say, for example, if you have dotted and then the symbol is less than, then we shade it. The symbol is greater than, we shade above. When we have maybe what less than, it's the full lines, and then you have the less than, we shade downwards. That's what we taught you, and we taught you, or we solved the example 5, example 15, and then we left the homework for example 15. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let me start from the point where possibly you have got stuck, and this is correction of what? Correction of homework 5. Okay, and this was example 16, which you got. So let us do correction to see whether you got it or you missed it. And you have to learn from mistakes. Okay? So the question, it was a concept question. Okay, it is a concept question. And then you have to refer secondary basic mathematics, book 3, then it was example question. It was example question. Did example? Yeah, example. Not example. This was. Okay, because I will give you an announcement concerning about books. focus about our library. So this is what x plus y less than x plus y. X plus y. So actually I didn't take these questions in this book. So the question states that draw the graph of what? Draw the graph of the relation. Draw the graph of the relation R, and this is x comma y. Okay, so here you have x plus y is equal to, not is equal, less than 2. Okay, less than 2. Less than 2, and the y is less than 2. Okay, y is less than 2. Okay, so draw the graph of the relation this one. Wonderful. So solution, ladies and gentlemen. The first step before we draw the graph. Okay, the first step, we say that replace the inequality sign, inequality signs with what? With equal sign. Okay, so for instance, that you'll be given equation x plus y, this is less than or equal to 2. So this one we can transform it just for the purpose of drawing the graph into x plus y is equal to 2. Then the other one, y less than 2, this we can transform to become y is equal to 2. Okay, so that's the first step. So now we have the equations which have the equal sign. So we go for the second step. So the second step, we say that draw the table of value, choose the values. Okay, draw the table of what? Of values of what? Of x plus y is equal to 2. So you have to choose the values of x. Okay, so here we do have x, here we do have y. So here we have negative 2, here we have negative 1, here we have 0, we have 1, we have 2. So negative 2 plus, so we are looking for y. So to look for y, we say that y is equal to, if you make y the sum, y is equal to 2 minus x. So 2 minus negative 2, this is equal to 4. 2 minus negative 1, 2 minus negative 2 is 4. Then 2 minus negative 1 is equal to 3. Then if we put 2 minus 0, it is 2. Then we put 2 minus 1, it is 1. 2 minus 2, it is 0. So you can have a straight line. Remember that that's a straight line. So that's the second step, ladies and gentlemen. The third step that you have to do as an excellent student in mathematics. The third step, we have to say, so you have a table of values. So you have to think about the shading or about the sketching. So the third step, we say that check the inequality. So check the inequality signs given in equation x plus y. This is less than or equal to 2. And what? Y less than 2. Okay? So the sign means that, remember, for this one, less than or equal, we have to use what? Full line. Okay, full line, and then we have to shade what? And then we have to shade what? So it means that if for this one, for the equation that you have x plus y less than or equal to 2, you have to use what? You have to use full line, and you have to shade what? You have to shade below the graph. Then for the equation x less than 2, because it's less than symbol, then we have to use what? Dotted line, and also we have to shade it. You have to shade below the line. Here you have to shade also below the line. Okay, so we have made a decision. So please copy these steps for you to be registered. Okay. Okay. So the next stage now, we can sketch our graph where you have two axes, x-axis and y-axis. Y-axis. Okay. So here 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so this we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this is -1, -2, -3, -4. And here it is 0. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So this is -1, this is -2, this is -3, this is -4. Okay, so we have y is equal to what? Y is equal to 2. So we have a straight line here. So we say that y less than 2, we are using what? A dotted line. So you have to dot. You have to dot. You have to use dotted line. That is the line for y is equal to 2. So we go like this, for y less than 2. So this one, say y is less than 2. Then you have x plus y. So when x is equal to -2, y is equal to -4. So here we have a point. Then when x is equal to -1, y is equal to, when x is equal to -2, y is equal to +4. So what is the point? When x is equal to -2, -1, y is equal to +y. When x is equal to 0, excuse me, when x is equal to -1, when x is equal to -1, y is equal to 3. So this is different. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to +2. When x is equal to 1, when x is equal to 1, y is equal to +4. Excuse me. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2. When x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. When x is equal to 0, when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 0. So, here is the straight line. So, x plus y is less than or equal to what? 1. So, you are using the full line. So, here it's a full line, and this is y plus x or x plus y less than or equal to 2. Okay. So, right now we have the two graphs. Graph for y is less than 2, a graph for x plus y or y plus x is less than or equal to 2. We are ready for shading system. For this one, we have to shape the dotted line. So for the dotted line, you have to shape below the line. So you can just use your ruler to shape, or you can use your hand. So you will shade below the graph like this. So this line should be perpendicular with the line that you are shading. So this is the graph of inequality relation. If you join me right now, you're welcome. I'm teaching about the beauty of relation or graphical relation. Then we go for the next slide. It is x plus y less than or equal to 2. We have to shade below the line. So in this line, this is below the line and this is above the line, right? So you can only shade the intersection, the area of intersection, right? So it means that we can shade this with the area which has been intersected. So this is the shade. Okay? So whenever we have two graphs, we have to shape the area of intersection. The area for intersection. So where do these lines intersect? It means that at this point on. So for that case, we say that you can even clean this space and tap by using a adapter. Here there is no intersection between the two lines. And then this way, still a straight line. And here we have 2, here we have 3, here we have 4. So this you can call the figure 15.1. Then you're done. Even if just you leave the way it was, for the beginner it's fine. But later on, you have to make sure that you shade the area of 40 of intersection. Okay. Okay. That's all about the example 5. Example 16. It's all about example 16. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let me take you into a very interesting part. Okay? So let me take you into problem solving in exercise 1.2 of what? Of the reference book that we call secondary. So check your solution and correct secondary basic in mathematics, book 3 international, book 3. Okay. So this is by what? By Tanzania Institute of Education. And this is page what? So this is page 15. Okay. So let us start with the first question in this exercise. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like also to inform you that we have a good news for you, for every ordinary secondary education students. And the good news is when we're establishing the platform to teach students by using the digital technology of the video, live video, and it's a real active learning, then we were not satisfied to only teach students. We would like to equip our students, right, with materials that can help them to refer and even go further of what we have taught them, because we don't have, it means that we are not allowed to teach you everything. We are allowed to teach you many things, but not everything. So we have our Tanzania Online Ordinary Library, where you can order books, reference books that we recommend them and will be recommended even your class teachers. So you can order them online and we can send it in any region. So one of the book that you can order, its original or copy of it, is called the Basic Mathematics Syllabus for Ordinary Secondary Education from 5.0 from 6. Another book is this one. It's called Secondary Basic Mathematics Book 3. We're not doing business, but we're equipping our students with materials, because if you have this book, you can learn basic mathematics easily and even in a very interesting way, and you can master it and make basic mathematics your friend. Again, we have also some other books such as questions and answers. It's called the Ordinary Basic Mathematics Review, which contains certificate secondary education examinations questions of the past papers from 2003 to 2019. So you can order all of these books. These are the sample books. We have so many books of physics, chemistry, basic mathematics that we can order. We have also a book that written by the Oxford, because this is by Tanzania Institute of Education. Those are the authors of this book. So you can order so many books as well as you can. Okay, so just go read the descriptions of this video and then receive the link that will take you into the video, where you can know exactly how much does it cost you for each book and what the transport cost you to any of 31 regions of Tanzania. So let us go to what? To example 17. So in example 17, we'd like to teach you to solve, let's say, question 1, because this exercise contains This exercise contains 15 questions. So they've been categorized into 2 questions, into 2 parts. So let me teach you how you can solve question 1 just up to question 2. Okay. Question 1 and question 2. 1 and 2. Okay. So the question said that in question, the instruction of the question, in question 1 to 8, draw the graphs. Draw the graphs of the relations. Draw the graph of the relations, and then find the domain. Find the domain and range. So the first question will be given relation, and this relation is x comma y. Then you have what? 2x minus y is equal to 10. Wonderful. I believe that you're enjoying the beauty of basic mathematics in Form 3. If you do, please let me know in the comment section. I again use the comment section to ask you any question relating to the today's session. Okay, relating to session 6. So x comma y, then this one x comma y, and here we have x minus y is equal to what? No, this is equal to y, so this is less than 1. I think we've done this question 1, so let me quit it. So let me quit question 1. Let me quit to question 1, and let me write what? Question 6. So question 6. We have done question 1 and question 3. So question 2, we have been given a relation which is x comma y, then this is x minus y less than 1. X minus y less than 1, and the y less than 2. Then question 4, state that you'll be given a relation. This relation is what? It is x comma y. Then you have x plus y greater than or equal to 1. And the x is less than or equal to y plus what? Plus 2. Okay? So let us solve these two questions, and then we'll go to example 18. Okay? So when I'm cleaning the blackboard, I'll like just to give you a few seconds to copy the question. So when I'll be solving, I believe you have copied these instructions. In case you didn't copy, you can just play back the video in order to have those instructions. Okay, so I believe that you're enjoying the beauty of basic mathematics. I don't know about you, but for myself who I'm teaching you, I'm really enjoying to teach you. How about you? Okay, tell me in the comment section, please. Use comment section to ask the question. Use comment sections to interact with me. Use comment section to establish online group discussions with other students worldwide. So use comment sections for the advantage. Okay, so we have two relations. The first relation has two inequalities, and the second relation has two inequalities. Okay, so for the so it means that solution right now. Okay. We solved the questions relating to this one. So this is your homework. This is not your homework. This is your quiz. So you can do this quiz. That's not your homework. So then we say that solution of what? Of example 17, question 4. So you have two relations. So you have to follow the steps that I told you. The first step, we say that it means that in replace what? Replace the inequality sign, greater than or equal, and what? And the less than or equal with what? With the equal sign. So if that's the case, now we have two equations. X plus y is equal to what? Is equal to 1. Make y the subject. So if make y the subject, y is equal to 1 minus x. Again, we have what? X less than or equal to y plus what plus 2. So we have equal sign right now. X is equal to y plus what plus 2. So y is equal to x minus what minus 2. Right. So you have two equations. So you should draw the table value of each. Second step, say that you draw table of value of what? Y is equal to what? Is equal to 1 minus x. So to draw the table value, then we have this one. Okay? So we have x, we have 1. Okay? So this is negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay. So x is negative 3. So we have 1 minus 3 is 4. Then 1 minus negative 2. So the answer is what? 3. Then we have 1 minus 1. 1 minus negative 1. So the answer is 2. We have 1 minus 0. The answer is 1. Then 1 minus 1, the answer is 0. Then 1 minus 2, the answer is negative 1. Then we have 1 minus 3, the answer is negative 3. Negative 2, excuse me. Negative 2. So you can call this one as what? As table 6.2. We are done with that. So next thing, we have to go to the third step. The third step, we say that draw in example 16, we just do one table value. Draw the table of value. Okay? Draw the table of value of what? Of the second equation, which is y is equal to x minus 2. Y is equal to x minus what? Minus 2. So draw the table of value. It's better to have the same range of x and what and y. So ladies and gentlemen, you can draw this one. You have x, you have y. So then we have this is stuff. Okay? So here we have negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0. We have 1, we have 2. So 1, 2, 3. Okay? So when x is equal to negative 3, then you have negative 3 minus 2. The answer is negative 5. When x is negative 2, we have negative 2 minus 2. The answer is negative 4. When x is equal to negative 1, the answer is equal to what? The answer is negative 3. When x is equal to 0, the answer is equal to negative 2. When x is equal to 1, 1 minus 2, the answer is equal to negative 1. When x is equal to 2, the answer is equal to 0. When x is equal to 3, so 3 minus 2, it's what? It's 1. The answer is what? Is 1. So this one, we have what? Table 60.3. 60.30. Okay. So table 6.30. So let us draw the table. We go for the what? Okay, so the first step before we sketch the graph. The first step, you have to think about what? Line and what? Line and shading. And shading system. So let us begin with what? The first equation. The first equation is what? X plus y greater than or equal to what? Equal to 1. So it is full line, first of all, full line. And then we shade what? This one we shade above that full line. Then you have XC, or we have what? We have XC less than or equal to y plus 2. Right? So here we have what? We have full line. We have full line. Okay? We have full line. And then so say that we have what? we shade what? We shade below. Shade below. Full line, shade below. Wonderful. So you go for the fifth step. Fifth step, we say that sketch what? Sketch the graph of what? Of relation. Okay, so this is our y-axis. You have to sketch careful. Y-axis. So this is y-axis, and then you have what? You have again another x-axis. So y-axis, this is what? X-axis. Okay. So now let us label our table. No, let us label our graph, not a table, excuse me. So, okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you have this. So here you have what? 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. Right? Here you have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is 0. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is -1, -2, -3, -4. Then this is 1. This is 2, this is 3, this is 4. This is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So we are going to to locate the point. When x is equal to -3, y is equal to 4. When x is equal to -3, y is equal to +4. So +4, the point is somewhere here. When x is equal to -2, y is equal to 3. When x is equal to -2, the value of y is +3. When x is equal to -1, the value of y is equal to 2. Okay? Equal to 2. Equal to 2. Then when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. When x is equal to 1, y is equal to 0. When x is equal to +2, y is equal to -1. When x is equal to 3, y is equal to what? Y is equal to -2. So then we join the points. Join the points to draw the straight line. Remember, it's a full line because the inequality sign is greater than or equal. Greater than or equal. So this is a straight line. So the equation is what? So the equation is xc. It is xc plus y greater than or equal to what? To 1. Then here is when x is equal to -3, y is equal to -5. When x is equal to -3, y is equal to -5. When x is equal to -3, y is equal to -5. When x is equal to -2, y is equal to negative 4. When x is equal to negative 2, y is equal to negative 4. Right? So I believe that now we have you've gained a good momentum for you to sketch the graphs in mathematics. When x is equal to negative 1, the value of y is equal to negative 3. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to negative 2. When x is equal to negative 1, y is equal to positive 1. When x is equal to 2, value of y is equal to 0. So here the point. When x is equal to positive 3, y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1. So then we can draw the straight line. So you can draw the straight line. So when you draw this straight line, then you can level it. We should y less than or equal to what? Less than y or x, x less than x less than or equal to y plus 2. Okay, so for this equation, you have to shade your thing, shade above the line. So you'll be shading this way. Remember that because you have two lines in the same graph of inequality relation, then we have to shade the area of intersection. So we shade above. For the second line, y is less than or equal to y plus 2, we shade below. So we shade below this way. Okay? So we shade above, and this we shade below. So where will it intersect? Because if you shade above, we shade this way. Okay? And then if you shade below, then we shade this way. Right? So it means that we shade this way. So no intersection between the shaded regions of this line with this line. So the only place where we have intersection is here. So this is the shading. This is the correct shading. So then we end there. Okay? Should not exceed this line. But you can just use the ruler and draw the perpendicular lines to the equation y less than or equal to 2, less than or equal x less than or equal to 2 plus 2, to y plus 2, excuse me. So you have drawn the perpendicular lines to the line of the equation of x less than or equal to y plus 2. Then we have again another equation, right? So we have again another shading system where we have x less than or equal to y less than 2. This line. Okay? X plus y. Oh, I think that I have confused a little bit. This is negative 3. Here we have negative 3, 4. So this line, okay, x plus y greater than or equal to 1. The other line is x less than or equal to y plus 2. Okay, so then we say that if for that one, so we have to shade your t. So we shade this below, this one you have to shade below, and then we shade the next one above. I made a mistake. Excuse me. This is not a correct shading. Should not shade this part. Of course, there's no intersection lines here. So just clean. Just clean these lines. So I made a mistake, so I'm doing minor correction. So this is -3, this is -4, and here it was -5. So we say that for this line, x plus y greater than 1, we have to shade above this one. So we have to shade above and we have to shade the area of 40. How does it intersect is shading of another line. Okay. And then for the next line, we say that x less than or equal to y plus 2, we have a full line. So you should have a full line and you have to shade below. So you have to shade below. So shade below is the area of intersection. So you have to be careful, my dear student. Excuse me, with the mistake. So this is shading system for this case. So you should not shade here, should not shade. Because for this one, we have to shade below. We should not shade here, and we should not shade here. Right? So that is, this is figure. So because this is session 6, figure 16.22. Okay, so that is the process of shading. Okay, the process of shading and even sketching what the inequality. Okay, so then let us go to example 18. Okay, so this one, it was 1 to 4. So example 18, we say that so make sure you do the quiz and you submit your homework in the comment section, please. So now, let me teach you another concept. And here we have what? So, question 9 to question 15. So example 18, this is the concept you see. I'm going to overview question 9, question 15. But remember that these are the concepts. So you have to listen carefully. What you've been given, what you've been asked to do. In question 9 to 15, find expression. Find expression. So in question 1 through 8, we are given the expressions, we have to sketch the graph. Find expressions. Here is vice versa. It's vice versa. What you used to find in question 1 through 8, here it's given. So you have to find what you've been given in question 1 through 8. So describe the relations graphed, and then determine the domain, determine the domain and range of each. Range of each. So for here we did determine range and domain. Okay. So here, at the next session, I will teach you, which is session 7, I will teach about domain and range. But just to say that domain here and range is all real number. But I'll tell you later on what the means of what of domain and range. Then we'll come back and we understand. And I'll use also some graphs to show you domain and range of what of the function. So in the previous example, example 16 and example 17, we've been given what, and even example 15, where we'll be given inequality expressions, then we have to draw what or sketch out the graph. In this problem, problem 9, question 9, question 10, 11, 12, 15, 12, 13, 14, and 15, will be given what? Will be given graphs, and then so we've been asked to find out the expression. So it's vice versa. It's not tough questions. These are very simple questions for the rest of your life. You have to thank God when you'll be given a question like this. So this is the graph that you'll be given. Okay. So this graph, it's a well-labeled graph. So suppose that like this. I believe that my beautiful students will enjoy the beauty of basic mathematics for the Form 3 students. And I would like just to tell that basic mathematics is not a difficult subject. It's just a subject that you have to be careful. You have to love it, first of all. You have to enjoy it, and you have to think differently when you're learning it. So that's what you have to do in order for you to master basic mathematics. That's one of the interesting subjects. According to my research, it's a mandatory or it's a compulsory subject for all the Form 3 students in Tanzania and even in some other African countries, and even in some Europeans worldwide. Mathematics, it's a mandatory or it's a compulsory subject. Okay, so I've used different scales in these lines. Okay, so here we have what? So this is what? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here you have -1, -2, -3, -4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So we have what? We have a graph. So today we have a dotted line. Wonderful. Which cuts through 2 and -2. So this is the dotted line. And then we have what? Here's another line that passing through there. Just to show you the question. Here we have y is equal to x plus 2. And here you have y is equal to -x. This is y-axis. This is x. So this is the area of intersection. So it has been shaded below. The line y is equal to -x. It has been shaded below the dotted line. here you can use your ruler, shade it appropriately. Okay. So remember that this is y is equal to negative x. Y is equal to negative x. Wonderful. So to solve that question, it's not a great deal. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. It's one of the simplest questions. Because I want you to understand, I'll solve two questions of this form. This is question 9. Question 9. And then it has been labeled as figure 1.1, 1.15. So, the first step, we say that identify what? Identify the inequality sign. How do you identify inequality signs? First of all, we have dotted line. Okay? So I say that dotted lines implies that it's either less than or greater than. Okay? And hence we say that we go for the second step. The second step, we say that check what? Check the shading. Shading of lines x, line y is equal to x plus 2, and the other line, which is y, is equal to negative x. Okay? So to check the shading of the lines y is equal to x plus 2 and y is equal to negative x, then we say that the line, okay, we say what? The shading of y is equal to x plus 2 is below. This is below the line. Then the inequality sign, then its inequality sign is less than. Because for less than, we label below. How do you make decision whether it's less than or equal? The type of the line gives us whether it is less than or equal. For dotted, it's less than. For full line, it's less than or equal. Then if we check this, the other line, also it's shaded below, right? So we say that the shading of what? The shading of line y is equal to negative x is what? Is below the line, below the dotted line. Then its inequality sign is less than. For that case now, the expression now means that we have transformed. So it means y is equal to x plus 2. This one, its original expression that gave us that graph is y less than xe plus 2. Okay? Have you understood? Less than what? Less than, because we used it to we used to replace the inequality sign with equal sign in order to what? Just to draw the table values and to sketch the graph. But the original expressions remain as original expressions, which is inequality. Okay? Then the other equation say y is equal to negative x. So this implies what? So this implies give us an inequality expression which is y less than what? Less than negative x. So now the two expressions are what? Okay, the two expressions are so let me budget the space. So this is the steady state. So the steady state, we say that y is equal to x plus 2. This implies that we are going to have y less than what? X plus 2. Okay? And also we have y is equal to negative x. This implies that y is less than negative x. So therefore, because the questions ask us what if find expressions. So the expressions of what? The expression of relation are y less than x plus 2 and then y less than negative x. So the expressions of R are y less than x plus 2 and y less than negative what? Negative x. Okay, so now we are in example 19. Okay, so example 19, let me choose welcome to enjoy the beauty of what? Basic mathematics from 3. So let us, it means refer question what? So question what? So refer question. So this is question what? Question 13. So in question 13, we have to draw the graph. Okay, let's draw the graph. So drawing this graph, so you have 1, you have 2, you have another point, you have another point. Then this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So this is 1, this is 2, This is 3. You have to enjoy the beauty of relation. Ask your neighbor, do you love relation? Ask him, what is or she, what is he or she's telling you? And then here we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4. Then here you have what? 1, 2, 3. Then -1, -2, -3. So we have so we have a quadratic graph, which its turning point is 0,1. And then again we have another quadratic graph. Okay. So this graph is what it is. Y is equal to -x squared y is equal to -x squared plus what? Plus 1. And then we have again another dotted line here. That's the full line or full line graph. It's parabolic graph. We taught you in Form 2, if you remember about quadratic. If you remember about quadratic function, no quadratic equation. So this is the very interesting quadratic equation. We taught you during our Form 2. So this is y-axis and this is x-axis. So this one, with this line, y is equal to -3. Wonderful. Then the shading is how? So according to this, to the book, you find the shading has been shaded in this way. In this way. Okay? So what does it mean? They have shaded the area of intersection. So when you say area of the intersection, the area where the shading of the two graphs meets are the meanings of area of intersection. So this is the shading system which has been used in the book. You should not confuse with this shading. You have to understand simply that this shading is similar that for this line, it means that it's similar to if you shade like this. And then with that ones, so with these lines, so again you shade above. So that's the meaning. That's what. So we shade above of this line. Oh, excuse me, I made a mistake again. You have to be careful, my dear students. It's easy for you to make mistake, like the mistake I do. I don't like to do these mistakes, but it happens. You know, mathematics is beautiful, so sometimes you find that I exceed what it means that I do beyond what I've been asked you to do. So this is the line, and then the shading just ended. This is the boundary. The line is the boundary. So here it's -3, and here it's -4. It's unshaded regions. So this is the unshaded region. So it means that this is the area of intersection. So what does this mean? It means that this is the full line, remember? In these full lines, we shaded below the graph. If we could shade outside of this parabolic graph, then we say that we are shading above. So if you are shading within, we have shaded below the graph. Again, the full lines means that the sign might be less than or equal or greater than or equal. Then the second line is a straight line, which is y is equal to -3. It's dotted. First of all, it might be either less than or greater than. But this line also, it has been shaded above. So remember that I told you, if you are not allowed to shade above, means that even the area where there's no intersection. So we only shade the area where we have intersection, right? It means you have to shade only area where we have what? Intersection. Okay? So this one, this graph has been labeled as what? Figure 1.19. So in the book, it has been labeled as figure 1.19. Okay. So if that's the case, you see that the first step, identify the inequality sign. We have dotted lines. Okay. So you have dotted lines which can be less than or greater than for the first line, and then you have full line. Okay, we have what? So just write solution. Write solution here. We have also what? We have full line. So the full line, we say that the symbol might be less than or equal or greater than or equal. Second step, check the shadings of the lines. So which line? So you have line y is equal to negative x. Y is equal to negative x squared plus what? Negative x squared plus 1. And then you have what? And the y is equal to negative 3. So let us check the shading. The shading system of y is equal to negative x. This is y. Y is equal to negative x squared plus 2 is below the line. Then its inequality is less than or equal because it's full line, right? Here in this graph, y is equal to negative x squared plus 1. The shading is below the line, so it's less than or equal. The shading of the line y is equal to negative 3 is above. Is above what? Is above the line. Above the dotted line. Then its inequality is what? Greater than. It's greater than. Okay? So for that case now, we go for the third step. The expressions now. So we say that y is equal to negative x squared plus 1. This will give us an inequality expression, which is y less than or equal to negative x squared plus 1. And also y is equal to negative 3. This implies or gives us what? Y greater than negative 3. So therefore, the expressions of what? Of relation are y is less than or equal. Y is less than or equal to negative x squared plus 1. And what? And y is less than what? Y is greater than. Y is greater than negative 3. So this is a corrective response for that question. Wonderful. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a time for me to give you a fantastic homework. So that will be example 20. So example 20, in the questions 9 to that one. So let me give you the homework. I will draw one. I want to find a challenging question. Yes, let me give you a homework for example 15. Okay, so make sure that you do this homework for you to understand and to do much practice as well as you can. Okay. So try to answer this question before we meet in the next session, please. So this is dotted. This is another point. This is another point. This is another point. This is another point. -1, +1, -1, -2, -3, -4. So then we have the x-intercept is 2, -2. So you have a line like this. Very simple question for you. I know for the serious students, it's a very simple question for them. Even if you are serious, but you have to be serious for you to succeed in your final exams of the Form 4. And the other line is passing through 2, -2. The other line is passing here. So you have this 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is continuous line, and this is continuous line, and this is continuous line. So according to the book, the shading is like this. Hence, this is area of what? Of intersection. Area of intersection. You can check the book. Okay, so area of intersection. Then the lines are what? Y is equal to x plus 2. As a line, it's sorting y is equal to x minus 2. So this one, this line, y is equal to x minus 2. Again, so this is question what? The graph for question 15. But I ask you to do the homework. So remember that this is homework 6. Okay, again homework 6 means that do question what? Do question 14, do question 11, do question 10, do question 3, do question what? 5, do question 8. So how will you do? For online students, you have to order, or you have to look the book of Secondary Basic Mathematics book 3 in order for you to have those questions, because that's what I'm teaching you about active learning. So you should go through the book yourself, because if I give you and write everything on the blackboard, then you will be lazy on using the recommended reference books. So make sure that you have this book, Secondary Basic Mathematics book 3, prepared by Tanzania Institute of Education. You can order it online, and you can ship in all 31 regions of Tanzania. We can ship these books, and we can buy even the package that this is a syllabus also. You can have the book of secondary basic mathematics form 1. Then you can have again some other books. You have physics books, you have syllabus. So you can order the package of this book, and you can ship in any region. We can send this book to Kigoma, you can send this book to Mtwara, you can send these books to Lindi, you can send this book to Ruvuma, you can send these books to Mbeya, you can send this book to Arusha, to Kilimanjaro. We can distribute them in Dar es Salaam, in Morogoro, in Dodoma, just the headquarters. It means that the headquarters of United Republic of Tanzania in Mwanza, in Geita. You can send this book, just order them, and then we ship them to you. So this is the end of session 60 of relation. I'm very happy to have you today. I thank God who have been with me, and I thank God who have created me in his own image and likeness, and I thank God who have blessed me with the gift of teaching. I believe that I've transformed you radically from one point to another point, and I thank God who have given you opportunity to join me and to learn with me the beauty of relations, especially at session 6. I invite you again in the next sessions, which will be session 7. I believe that we're gonna be together, and I believe that you're gonna just get new information when I will teach you about the domain and range of relations. So make sure that you will be active, will be using graphs also because you'll be familiar, and do so many questions as well as you can and master the concepts of the relation. So until we meet in the next session, this is Olenjolai, or Engineer Olenjolai Makota Yellow Single. I'm sounding from the beautiful, blessed country that called United Republic of Tanzania. I would like to invite you in the next 6 sessions, and I would like to pray that God may bless you abundantly and keep you until we meet in the next session. Make sure that you do the homework. Remember to subscribe. Remember to ask questions in the comment section. Remember to answer questions. Remember to share these contents. Remember to watch some other videos. Remember to watch these videos several times as well as you can. And remember also to apply this information to solve small-scale real-life problems. So until we meet in the next session, may God protect you and keep you.